What's up, YouTube? It is Monday morning, and you know what time it is. It is time to get these dents fixed on the back quarter here. I'm excited because I had a deer hit me a couple months ago, about the first of this year, and it really did a toll on it. It destroyed that fender. Like, look at these dents. And I pulled most of this out, or popped some of it out, just so I could get this on here. But, I mean, I got a spot here, got a spot here, and I'll flip the camera around so you're gonna get a little bit better of a look. You can kind of see it out here in the light. I don't know what happened here, but it's literally cracked. But back here's my main concern. We got a dent here, you definitely can see. There's a little one right here, but it's not really noticeable, so I'm not really worried about it. There's two more of those little dings right here. You can kind of see the way the panel is. And then there's a big dent right here. Let me see if I can flip around so you guys can see it. The sun is not helping. You can see it right there in that area. Not good. There's a little bit on this door as well from where it's kind of buckled, because the deer had hit my fender. It fell down, it popped up and hit its head again on this rear quarter. So yeah, not looking too good. But PDR guy's coming here in about 30 minutes to fix that. And then we have the fender inside the garage that we're going to put on in this video as well. So I'm excited. It's going to be, you know, a whole different color because it's not even painted. But we're getting the car wrapped, and I'm going to reveal the color probably in the next couple weeks, depending on when I can get it in and get it wrapped. However, it's going to look good. It's going to look really good. And we got a lot of spots to fix, like down here on the skirt, right here on this door. We got to fill some Bondo and sand that out, make it smooth. And then this hood, I'm going to sand all the paint chips out, feather it all out so it's smooth, so we can apply the wrap and it won't show through, and also won't really flake too much more. Got a lot of bugs from yesterday. I'm not sure why. I wasn't even driving at night, but anyways, and there's a couple spots that need to be fixed, like this. This needs to be sanded down. But this bumper cover is going to get replaced. All this is going to get replaced when we do the wide body, or like the M series body kit, but that's going to be further in the future. So we're just kind of wrapping it, giving it a new look, and we're going to do some other stuff to it and then get it ready so we can start taking it and put it in the shows, because that's really what I want to do. And then give this car some more character so we can make some more content around it, and then we'll have that for a while, and then we'll work on some other stuff. And then we got another dent right here. There's another chip right here, and then on the back side got this spot, this spot, this spot. That was here when I bought the car. Not sure exactly what happened. I think somebody might have hit it with something, because it's all straight in a line. And then down here at the bottom, you can kind of see where rocks has hit it. I'm just gonna wet sand that a little bit, smooth it out, just so you don't really see the texture through the wrap. Everything up top is pretty good. I think that about does it. I mean, really, that's my main concern. And then we'll fix that, obviously. But yeah, so not sure if the PDR guy's gonna want to be on YouTube. I haven't talked to him about it yet, because he is more private. He does mostly auto body shops, but he is coming to my house to do this. So shout out to him. But if he does, you'll see him. If not, I will catch you guys after he fixes this mess. And that is that, folks. He's got the dent out. It looks great. There's some left over from the suction cup we got to wash off, but I mean, that is pretty much perfect. That's not a dent, that's just sticky glue. But look at that. I mean, that's perfect. Super good. So the next step with fixing the body is, you know, all the little imperfections, but the biggest one for this video will be taking this fender off and putting the other one on. So let's get started. So first things first, we got to jack the car up, take the wheel off just to give us some extra room to work. Since the bumper is really easy to take off, these four up here, and then the quick releases on the side, because the brackets down here actually broke, which we're going to fix. Not in this video, but we will fix sometime soon, hopefully. It should be easy to take off, and that'll give us some room to work down here, and then I can line things up better and then try to fix the bracket a little bit better on this side, because I didn't have time last time I had the bumper off. And then there should be 2 bolts in the door jamb at the bottom, one at the top, and then obviously these ones up top, and I think it pops out after you take the plate and then the bottom bracket off. I think there's a bracket down there, like I said, with the jacket up and look at it. But enough of the yapping, let's get to it. Okay, so now that the bumper is off and the wheel is off, we should be good to go to start working on that inner fender and taking this fender off. First thing I'm gonna do, since it's right here, it's easy, we're gonna pop this off. I'm just gonna try to get behind it with like a trim tool and pop it off. This shouldn't be too bad. There's a little plastic nut right there, it just unscrews by hand. This is all messed up in here. We need to fix all this when we do the body kit. Right now we're trying this aftermarket fender. Probably a mistake, but it is what it is. Just so we can get the car wrapped. We're doing it for content, right? So this is an 8mm, I believe. And then there's not one up here. I think that's all it's holding it on, other than the fact it's like wedged up in the fender. We'll pop that out. And there's one up under here as well. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is brutally bad. You can just pull that fender and see how it moves. This dent, this all was pressed in. I actually popped it out enough to get these tabs on there, just because the bracket is actually broke. And you can kind of see the mess that having a salvage title comes with. However, when we do the headlights and brackets and then the M series body, we'll fix all these little problems. Right now we're trying to get this thing show ready, so yeah, let's pull this inner fender out. So that kind of shows you what cheap Amazon parts do. I guess we will be getting a new turn signal now. And actually I shouldn't have got it from the back side. I should have popped it out this way, but however, I kind of forgot how it goes. And we broke it. It is what it is. So let's take this off and then we'll do the next part. Alright, so we got a T30. I have a T25. It's a little loose, so I'm assuming it's a T30. It's plastic, it doesn't really matter. And then we have another little plastic nut down here. I guess we'll use it. Yeah, it doesn't fit in there too good, but it's hand tight, so as long as I can turn it, pretty good. Once you loosen everything up and pop the tabs out here, should be good to pull this off. Now that the fender liner is out, you can kind of see in here, we got a little nest of something going on. It's not too dirty. It's not too dirty. I don't see no rust or anything, so that is good. I assume we're good to start pulling bolts out now. So we can take these out. These are 10s. There's 2 10s back there. We'll take them out and then we'll see how much, leeway we have with this. Normally you have a bolt over here, but there isn't one, so we don't have to worry about that one. So we just got these and then those 2. So let's get to it. There's actually the second one to that has to come out. There is not one here, and there's actually a T15 right here as well, or T20. Let's see which one it is. T20, yeah. So now we should be able to just pop this off and up off that skirt. Not too sure what's holding it on there. looks like there's a bolt all the way at the back here, so let's try to get an extension on it, and then it should come off. I didn't even see that because of that nest. We need to clean that out. I'm not sure if you can see, I don't have a light, but there's I think a 10 mil all the way in the back here, under all these leaves. Don't want the fender to fall on me because I feel like it's gonna fall. Hopefully there's no spiders or nothing in here. Let's see if I get this bolt before I lose it. All right, it should come out now. All right, second attempt now. We'll try to see if this is gonna come off. It's definitely loose. Pull this back through there. It's got 2 tabs for the skirt down here. So I'm not sure if we're gonna have to take the skirt off. We might have to in order to get to those 2 screws. And there's a screw here. I think there's another screw as well. And this just seems to pop off. So we'll try to pop the skirt, I guess. We'll get to those screws. Well, we're learning. We're figuring out how many bolts actually hold this fender on, which is quite a few. We need to clean all this up before we put the new one on. So I cleaned it out, and what I noticed is there's 3 screws, but actually that's for the bracket that the skirt sits on, and the skirt just pops in like that. And so to detach the fender from the bracket, I believe, is that 10 mil right there. So that should do it. There's quite a few bolts holding this thing together, which I guess to be expected, but let's pop it off and then see if we got something. All right, so we got that off. Let's see if this fender is gonna come off now. It should. Although I feel like we're still on something. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to pop this skirt so that we can, okay, there we go. Just like that, guys. Just like that. That was a lot. And actually, I thought this was a little flimsier. I mean, I thought this was a little stronger than the new one, but I think they're actually about the same type of metal. So, should be good. So now we have the entire fender off. It looks really funky like that, especially with the headlight bracket like it is. So apart from unboxing the new one, I'm gonna try to clean all this up. I'm not gonna bore you with the cleaning process, so let's do it. All right, and so we got most of this cleaned up. I got the inner fender over there soaking so we can clean it up pretty nice, because it'd be easier to clean it off the car. Try to get as much as we can off of it, because we're gonna keep that one for a while. When we do the M series fenders and bumpers and everything, again, we'll buy the right inner fenders and the right belly pans, but for now we're keeping that. So everything's cleaned up as best as I can. I don't know if this is glue or what this is, but it's not coming off too well, so I'm just gonna leave it, but it's clean enough to my liking. We got the fender over here, and so we're gonna have to take this off and mount the new one. That's no problem. We got to take this off as well, which is just 3 screws. Don't think there's anything underneath. We're gonna need those clips, obviously, but so let's start disassembling this, take off what we need, and then we will unbox the new fender. So we have the new fender. Since it's aftermarket, I'm gonna fit it up before we start switching anything over. I'm pull these caps off here. Right here. We'll just set it up here and kind of mock it up. So we got the new one on. The first thing I noticed right away is the gaps between the light here. Actually, I think this light is actually sagging a little bit. And this is also not pushed down, so I guess that'll close it up a little better. Another thing is, it doesn't match up super well. However, we can get a bolt in there to hold that down, and then it should kind of like move into place. The door clearance seems to be a little close at the bottom, but the gaps aren't too bad. Like I said, when we slide this back a little bit, it should close that gap up so it meets just about even. So this fender, I guess, is made by Tongying, and it is from Taiwan. So it's a little bit cheaper of a material, as you can obviously tell if I hit like right here versus completely different. But that doesn't matter because these fenders are temporary. And actually, as cheap as that one is, I'm honestly thinking about switching this one as well, because of how it's broke right here. That's definitely something to consider. That way, both of them match, and it fits well enough. That should be fine. And also, we won't have to worry about the problems up front either. So we might be doing this all over again on the other side, but it fits up pretty good. So let's take this back off and then swap all the parts over. All right, so we got everything on there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna drill the holes for the bumper or not while it's off. I think what I'll do is actually, I will measure this exact grid with like a piece of tape and then stick it on there. And then we'll drill our hole. That's what we're gonna do. But all we did was just throw the hardware on here, off the old one and the old clips. And then I actually off camera scrubbed down the fender lining and cleaned it. This is actually like concrete or something that has got stuck on the tire or paint when it went through, so that's not coming off. Unless I sanded it down or something, I'm not gonna do that. But that is a total difference than what the other side looked like. And this honestly is not as bad as the other side, so I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. And you know, you'll see the white specks and stuff in there, but with the tire filling it up and after we get bags on it and stuff and set on the ground for shows, you're not going to pay attention to that. And that's definitely a lot cleaner than some of the fender linings I've seen on other cars, so I'm not even mad. That looks good. So I guess let's mock up a little template and get the drilling. So if we set these two fenders side by side, we can see this is about 1.5 inches and then 1.25 inches. That's kind of how we measured it out. And this is about what we have here, which if you look at that gap to the line of my finger versus the gap to the line of my finger, it meets up to the middle. And then I'd say from the outside of my finger to that line, outside of my finger to that line. So that definitely measures up. So let's get the drill bits out and let's drill. Now all I'm gonna do is take a 120 grit buffing block, sand this down just a little bit. I'm not gonna knock the paint off, but I'm gonna get a little cup. I'm gonna spray some 2-in-1 primer and just get it inside and out with the brush just so we coat it and it's not gonna rust. It shouldn't, but we're just gonna do that just to make sure. Now that we got it coated front and back, we're gonna let the paint dry and then we're gonna screw the hardware back on it. All right, so the paint is dried. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this flat washer and we're gonna put it on the back side here. We're gonna take this, it's gonna go through, well actually, we'll do it a little bit different here. This is gonna set in here like this, then the flat washer, and then that lock nut on the back. All you got to do, which is easier to do while the fender is off, is get that nut started. Once it's started, you can kind of just put a wrench on the back side, and then tighten this hex down with a ratchet. You don't want it too tight. You don't want to bend the metal, warp anything, but you don't want it to be loose and come off. That's for the purpose of the lock nut, is to hold it on there tight. You just want to get it on there tight enough so that it's not going to vibrate and you know, rattle. And then that's that. So that looks good. And if we do, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to put another one of these fenders on the other side, just so we have matching ones. We'll use the same template. I'm going to keep it. Well, I guess it's already wadded up, so I guess we won't. We're going to measure it out the same way so that they both fit exactly right, or exactly as close to each other as possible on both sides. I think it actually got moved down a little bit more, which is fine, which is what I wanted. So yeah, I think that does it for this. Let's go and try to get this back on the car. Alrighty, so it is dark. It took honestly quite a while to do all this the right way. The gap is not too bad on the door. It is just about the same all the way. It actually is a little closer than it was before. This thing fits up really well, actually. For an aftermarket fender, this thing fits up really well. That headlight needs to be adjusted upwards anyways, because actually this side is lower, because you can tell when the lights are on and you're sitting in the car. We got the fender well in, a lot cleaner than it was. Fits a lot nicer. I gotta find 3 tabs to go in these little holes. Apart from that, everything looks good. We are ready to put the front bumper back on. So I'm gonna go try to find 3 little things to go in there, and then we're going to put the bumper back on, and we're probably going to call it quits for the night because it's late. So we won't be putting the new fender on, obviously, because I don't have it on the other side, but it will be going on and you will see it. I probably won't make a video about it like this because I've already made one, and I know you don't want to watch it all over again. So stay tuned, guys. Let's get this bumper on and then we'll wrap it up. Alrighty, so we got her done, and that's that for this video because I am tired. It is dark and it's super humid out here in North Carolina, so that's what sucks about working at night. But we got it on. She fits up pretty good. I mean, that looks really good. The only difference is the gap between the bumper and the fender, but actually if you look at it, it comes back like at an angle, so that's not the fender's problem. The fender actually fits perfect. The bumper is messed up. So it's not super noticeable. The fact that it's a different color makes it a little bit more noticeable. We'll get that fixed in the future. I'm not too worried about that. I just want to get the fenders on and everything. We'll figure out something with that later. We might get it wrapped as is, and then if we get another bumper, we'll get it wrapped the same color and then put it on. That'd probably be our best bet. However, I'm happy. It came out good. The dents are pretty much gone on this car, other than the one on the door and the little ones we gotta fix. But we're gonna do a video on repairing that with Bondo for my first time, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not too hard. I watched quite a few videos and talked to some people about it, and it doesn't seem to be too big of a task, at least what we're doing here. It's pretty simple, nothing major. So If you like this kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell notification to see any more videos on this project or any of my photography POV videos, because they are awesome. And as always, guys, hope you have a good night, and I'll see you.